Well, hello yet again, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back. Where you been? It's been a while. Oh, I guess I'm the one who's been away. Well, this is Wargame European Escalation, and this is Mission 4 for the Soviets on their campaign, and the title of it is Fight for the High Ground. So we'll get started with that, and you'll see the intro video, and I'll be back with you guys just after this. Okay? Okay.
CGV troops, NATO was able to force the Danube line. The CGV is trying to withdraw to the Polish border to regroup and reorganize. But NATO pursues mercilessly, and Czech and Polish rebels continue to harass it day and night. To clear the way for the CGV troops, we'll have to take control of the ELENA sector. This hill dominates the whole area. This is the perfect strong point. But the Czechoslovakians are no fools. They've decided to take position there. In addition, aerial recons have reported that NATO's lead elements are in the nearby vicinity.
So, it's up to us to take Elena, and I believe the best way to do so is straight on through to Boris Ivan and then right into Elena. Now keep in mind, on the left and center, and on the right in Constantine, the enemy has reinforcement points, and so it's going to be a little bit difficult to go straight up the middle without being flanked from either side. So, I will be back with you guys in just a second. I'm going to make sure all the settings are alright to continue with the game, and we'll be back in just a second. Alright, fans, I've returned, and now it's time in general to beat this mission. So, what we're going to do is we're going to move a few units and call out a few units as well. We start out with a few basic units, but it's not going to be enough. The artillery is helpful, but what we're really going to need is some T-55s to start with. And we're going to put those into the woods to the east. Or to the west, I suppose, from where we're looking. And I'm also going to pull out some of our famous Conqueror's Bad Fur Days, the better of the two, or the group. And we're going to put these Shilkas just in the woods. Move the artillery up as well, and going to get a few units into the woods here to cut off the enemy from any flanking. So you'll see right here I'm going to put some units, and I'm also and that's trouble because you cannot advance easily to the left flank without that, and it could jeopardize what they're trying to do in Boris. So what we're going to do is I'm going to call up some Spetsnaz units here, and I'm going to actually VDV will do just fine. No, I'm going to have some Polish infantry come up here, and I'm going to sneak through these woods to the north so I can see what's going on in the woods here, and also call in artillery strikes on them with the 253 back here. Okay. Now, I'm hoping that the voice sounds aren't a little loud. It could be a possibility, but if it is, I apologize. I'll try not to talk over it for this part, but no biggie. Okay, so this will be a long battle, so this video is definitely going to be in a few parts. It's going to be long because I'm going to carefully advance, so that way I don't lose a lot of units when it comes to taking the high ground. So what we're going to do is, once this Polish unit gets into the way, oh, and here comes our NATO friends. They're going to come up with their T-34s. I'm probably going to need some more tanks over this direction, so let's call out some, let's see, 64s? Yeah, let's call in a couple of T-64s. And let's put our Urals in the woods. And another one to support the artillery. Time for the Polacks to go into the woods, and we're going to send them directly up that way. Now the UAZ can do a pretty good job at observing, but it can't see what's in the woods, so you kind of got to get up and close and personal with what they have. And luckily our BMPs were here to kind of catch the escaping T-34s. Keep in mind, once this little mini observation happens, NATO will send its quick reaction force. So it, and by the way, deal with the quick reaction force with a few of those helicopters that you've sent out. No big real alarm right now. The enemy's getting beaten back pretty good with what's going on here. And we'll get some close-ups. Whoa. Pretty good explosion. Let's see. Might be a little bit of a lag because of what's going on in, you know, with fraps and everything running, but no big deal. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our Mi-2D and run that up there. And we're also going to bring up a few tanks, a few more T-55s. And a few, let's see, let's see, T-62s. 4 of those, yeah. And this is going to help us to secure the top of the hill. I'm also going to bring out some motor streliki to the bottom of this hill, and then they can flank up around into the woods from below, and we'll clear this sector out. Now the enemy may have anti-aircraft missile launchers, which in that case it would be bad news bears for me. Apparently this chopper, okay, I was gonna say I thought he would hover over the woods, or the forest, but I guess he didn't. Alright, so now those T-55s are getting into place. Boris should be ours any second. There we go. And we will then flank probably left to Fedor, because I do know there's a supply area somewhere in there. And then we can move up across the hill to Ivan, so that way Elena's more secure. And be reminded that you know, there is a highway here, and you want to utilize that to your advantage, so that way you can get units into your captured Elena at the end. Oh, wait a minute now. Looks like we have some French recons moving in. Get our troops out so they have better survivability. Looks like a BTRs are being destroyed on this side here. Scramble your helicopters to deal with the problem. And make sure that, oh, we didn't even lose a BMP, good, other than over here. Good. Okay, but that's alright because the motor streliki can advance through the field, and then the helicopters can support them if needed. So everything's standing pretty well. AMX is coming through the village, 4 of them. 30, oh, where are they? Looks like they're going to get taken out by the choppers if they can get a clear shot. One of the BMPs was taken out, unfortunately. No line of sight on it. One more left. Getting good advantage for the BMPs. Good combat level. Excellent. They were able to destroy all those units. Minor losses. Things are good. Oh, artillery now. Enemy artillery firing on the forest. Well, that clearly means that the enemy infantry isn't there anymore. They may have retreated. Okay, now it is important to get this area very slow but quickly. You want to do it with just enough speed that the enemy attacks just as they did, and so that way you can get units gathered up to move forward. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the BMPs meet me at the intersection here, kind of at the B and Boris, with the motor strelicky and move left so they can recon for Fedor. I'll move up some recon units as well, along with the artillery. Now keep in mind you'll want to keep Anna well defended. You'll probably want some more infantry, maybe some F.A.Q or Conquers back there. But since it's so close to your spawn, you might want to just, keep an eye on it just in case. I'm going to take these T-64s. And also the Conquer's bad fur days are going to stay where they're at. So basically defend on the left, keep an eye out on the right, keep helicopters mobile, move up to Boris, move all your artillery up, recon Fedor, attack Ivan, and then recon and attack Elena. There'll be a large recon operation before we get to Elena. So before this end of the video, we're going to take Fedor, and we'll see what we can do about securing it, and meaning, if there's any counterattacks, make sure that doesn't happen. So we'll take our UAZ, and we'll take another command unit, so we can capture it. That'll take a pretty penny. And keep those Mi-24s ready. And don't keep them off to the side over here, because you never know what the enemy has hiding. And in fact, I believe there's anti-aircraft units here in these woods and possibly here. And maybe even here as well. So I'm not going to get them too close without scouting with infantry and have those... Have the motor strelaki enter there. Let's see, we're also going to have the Polish infantry enter as well. Let's see, Shilka's going to bring those up. Enemy motor strelaki here. They're moving north into the woods. We're going to take them out. Agoy. Alright. And there they go firing up. They might not be able to hit them, but before... Oh, damn. I was going to say, they're probably not going to be able to hit them before they're out of sight. But time to move. So move all of your armor up to the right flank, keep that left defended, and keep open-minded about sending your choppers to the right at any time. You can keep infantry or tanks in these woods, watching out over the fields in front of Ivan, but if you attack left, the enemy will probably counter from Elena. Keep in mind that you can capture Center and or Constantine, but it's near impossible because there's a lot of reinforcements and a lot of enemy helicopters sitting right outside the play zone, which means that the computer's kind of a cheat. Alright, we got gunships. We're going to wait for those Shilkas to get up here, and we're going to have the Euro trucks come up as well. Shilkas, I'm going to put them on move fast. Took a lot of unfortunate losses there. They're panicked, they're not going to respond. T-55s are going to engage these scouts. Gonna have that artillery knock it off. T-55s are opening fire. BMPs are in cover. Motor strelaki didn't do so bad on that somewhat of a surprise attack. BMPs should be able to knock those out, but they are panicked, keep in mind. Okay, so time to take out those gunships and advance with T-62s and take a little peek. Alright, so once we get to about 15 minutes mission time, we should be all good. Gonna back off so those choppers don't attack. Park at the bottom of the hill. They won't be able to engage us until they get closer, which is the perfect opportunity for the Shilka. Recon units, not gunships, as I thought they might have been until I saw the binoculars, but we're going to kill them nonetheless. Okay. Move everything up. Find your choppers. And we'll also bring up our UAZ.
Какой будет план?
Make sure everything's clear before going in too hard. And the poles are good actually where they're at because they can defend your commander chopper that's landed there, and also that right flank's wide open. But again, the choppers are good for countering that, and that's why I'm keeping most of my money since we'll have to get the higher level tanks up there. Something is firing. Rockets are firing.
Отправляемся в указанный квадрат.
Enemy artillery has fired. I'm going to move the T-55s into cover, T-62s into the zone, and get that recon out of the way. Bring up those Ural trucks.
Транспортный корпус выполнит любое ваше
Get them
желание.
ready to resupply. Keep our helicopters where they're at.
Подвести.
I'm going to move the BMPs into the woods to defend from Ivan, and we now have Fedor. So stay tuned for part 2, friends and fans, because it's going to get messy. Oh yes. Oh yes.